YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Call me Mia here, and I'm back with another video. So, of course, you know I always start off my videos by telling you guys what I have on, who I'm supporting. Snowbody Regular Lashes is by the Only Ani brand. So, you know, as always, her Instagram tag will be down below in the description box. Okay, can I speak today or no? Okay, so as you can tell by the title, this video is about breastfeeding. As you see, if you've scrolled back and seen my previous videos, my previous videos were named Milky Mama, and that is because when I first initially started my channel, I was nursing and I was preparing to have karcyn. I will talk about Milky Mama. I do have a box right here. This is the emergency pack. But yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about this, and then I will probably do a giveaway. So yeah, any mommy that is deciding to breastfeed their baby for 2020 or 2021, because it's gonna be some quarantine babies, drop your name down below and I will put your name in for a drawing. And yeah, I'll even add Instagram and my Facebook and my Twitter to it, just so to be fair and everything. And now karcyn is 4 years old, as you know. Make sure you check out the little quick video I have with her, asking her just random questions of some frequently asked questions about breastfeeding, some statistics that I found, and some information that I found about black women specifically and breastfeeding. And if you follow me on Instagram, which I think you should if you are not by now, call me _Mia. Make sure you click the follow button, and always just let me know that you're following me and you are keeping in touch. Okay, I am pro-black. Okay. I love my black people and I love supporting my black people. So anything that I do have on, anything that I do talk about, especially like if it is important, like topics like this, just know I'm going to be pulling statistics from black people, us black people, okay? Because we need to help each other. We got to stop putting each other down, and we need to start helping each other evolve, because it's 2020. We are going through a quarantine right now, and yeah, life is just going by. Like, what are you doing? So, like I said, it is 2020, and we have been quarantined for going on a long time now, okay? And I do believe that there's going to be a lot of pregnancies coming out of quarantine. I'm just waiting for more mamas to say that they're pregnant, because there's nothing wrong with being pregnant. We know you were getting nasty during quarantine, honey. 9 months from now, it's going to be all these babies, right? And 9 months from now, we're going to have all these mothers that are going to be either breastfeeding, wanting to breastfeed, needing help breastfeeding. Anything that you can think of about breastfeeding, mamas are going to need help. And guess what? I'm here to help you. I'm going to give you the tips that I have, the things that I did, the lessons that I learned, and the structure that I put upon myself, and the fact that where I was then when I was 19, 20, 21 breastfeeding, to now I am about to be 24, and Gemini season is approaching. But responses, sometimes I get a low amount of responses. Sometimes I get, yes, we want more information, and sometimes I get, no, we don't want more information. And it's just like, are you guys shy of getting the information? Are you guys not getting the information that you need? Have you asked for information or answers to your questions before and nobody's ever helped you? Did you not get a broad enough answer from your questions that you asked? Certain things like that, Mia, I just want to give out the love and the jewels that I have to pass on to y'all, because, especially private DMs from moms that want to know more intimate questions, and it's just like, I be feeling bad because I was once that mom, okay? Especially me being 19 years old and I'm pregnant and, I have a baby, but I'm breastfeeding. Like, I had personally, my family, they were supportive, but they didn't know much about it, okay? I'm more of a daredevil in my family. I think I'm the daredevil, so I do mass majority of the things that my family shy away from. And that is also, part of my spiritual beliefs and what I practice. Um, so that I think that's another reason why I'm so deep into my spiritual journey now, and that's why, guys, all this information that I have, that I've had built up inside of me, and just the research that I've done, from then until now, especially because Karcyn, like I said, is 4 years old. I nursed her from the minute she came out of my vagina till she was 2 years old. Okay, and I'm not kidding. Okay, I'm not kidding at all. I'm telling you, I'm giving you all the raw tea of what I did during breastfeeding journey with her. And yeah, I just want to go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so like I said, I was pregnant at 19 years old. I was on bed rest twice with Karcyn. Okay, she tried to come early twice. So I had a lot of time on my hands being at home. Before my first bed rest time, only working one job, so it didn't really hurt me as much, but it still hurt me because her dad and I were getting ready to, move into our own place and everything. So I didn't want that to be a burden on him, as though, I am only 19 years old and he was like 23, 24 years old. Okay, so it was a transition for the both of us, me moving out of my mom's house, him already. That was, a burden. So me being at home, I just tried to keep up with the house, and keep up with my studies on what I need to know for when she gets here, like the bottles, tandem feeding, power pumping, massaging my boobs, joining breastfeeding groups, just talking to other young moms around me, certain things like that. And around this time, it was 2015, 2016. So I was fresh out of high school. I was supposed to be a sophomore, in college. And I had to also change my mindset and get it prepared and ready for motherhood, at that time. And have that many mom friends until further along, until I realized that, okay, one of my other close friends, she was pregnant too, so we were able to go through it together, and I was able to help her because her son is only a month younger than Karcyn. So, we still, to this day, we feed off of each other and we always talk about it. I was always home. I was always watching Netflix. I was always on YouTube. There was a show on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on Netflix now, but it was a show on breastfeeding, and it was just, the statistics on mothers that breastfeed around the world, and how it feels to, breastfeed when you're out in public, and what you should do and what you should look out for, and how to, sometimes respond to when people say certain things to you, when you are public breastfeeding. Because I personally, when I was public breastfeeding, nobody ever said anything wrong to me. Sometimes my mom would be like, don't you want to cover up or that, but Karcyn didn't like to cover up. Okay, and if you followed me then, back then when I did have Karcyn and everything like that, you knew that I was always pressing for public breastfeeding, and I believe public breastfeeding did not get, legalized until 2018, which doesn't even make sense to me, because why does it have to be legalized? We as women, we are made for this. We are put on this earth to reproduce, okay? And reproduce also means we have to give out milk. So why does it have to be legalized for it to be, for us to feed our kids in public? Like, why is it that there's have to be creeps out here that can't understand and respect the fact that I'm just here to feed my kid? You don't have to turn this way. If I'm in this aisle breastfeeding my child and you are uncomfortable, you can turn around, go to the other aisles in between, on the side of us, and come on in and enter from the opposite way, so that you don't have to feel as though I'm creeping you out, or you have the urge to stare, or you just can't help yourself but stare. Honestly, sometimes I do catch myself, peeking, because it warms my heart, honestly, that I see moms out here breastfeeding, especially black moms, because we don't get the support that we should get. And not even just in breastfeeding, black women, period, we don't get the support that we should get. So therefore, I'm always going to, if I can tell that the energy is okay, I will give a compliment. Or I would say, oh my gosh, how many months is your baby? Or just something calm and soothing, so the mom knows that I'm not here to attack you. I'm not here to make fun of you. I'm not here to put you down. I'm here to uplift you and to keep telling you to keep going, keep pushing. Okay? That's what I'm here to do. I want to see it. I love it. Okay? It warms my heart. I really feel like now that I did breastfeed for 2 years straight, meaning I did not formula feed, okay, we never stopped nursing. I kept going. I kept pushing no matter what. I kept going. I just, stopping wasn't for us, okay? I was not going down the Similac aisle. I'm sorry. This is not to bash any parents out here, okay? Feed your kid. Hashtag feed your kid. Period. But this video is strictly on breastfeeding. So my goal was to keep breastfeeding until she hit 2 years old. And that's exactly what we did. For the second time, I was actually working 2 jobs. So I was a server and I was a maid at the time. So I told my jobs that I was going to be breastfeeding. And I told them I'm gonna come back after, my weeks are up. Like I tell everybody, if my jobs were not gonna cooperate with me and my schedule and the fact that I am gonna stand my ground and feed my kid like this, we don't do formula. I was gonna tell the state, like, you can't not let me pump. Okay? I can't just not, that hurts. Okay? It hurts. I don't have any milk in my boobs now, but imagine, these women out here with double D's and G's and F's. Our backs hurt. Our shoulders hurt, okay? That's gravity pushing down on us. It hurts, okay? It hurts. It hurts. So when a mom cannot relieve herself because she's nursing, now you're creating an angry black woman. Do you want that? Like, do you? So it's like a repeating cycle. Oh, now she's mad. Yeah, because now I can't feed my kid. Like, now to me that makes me feel like I'm wasting milk, and then that also stops your milk production. Okay, your milk production it starts with your brain. It starts up here in your brain. Your cells and your neurons, they're talking to each other. Okay, your body and your boobs, they're talking to each other. You got to remember, your body is still functioning. Okay, everything is working together. So if you're not pumping when you're supposed to, you're not nursing when you're around your baby and everything, your body is going to automatically, okay, it's going to think that, oh, okay, you don't need to produce this much milk anymore. So it's going to start to slow down. And that's not what you want. You want to continue to keep your supply up. So me and Karcyn's our journey was amazing. I loved it. It I loved it. She loved it. I feel like our bond now is so tight because I breastfed, and that is going to happen. Your bond with your baby is going to be amazing, okay? Amazing. You guys are going to be so tight. Like, and then when you go to wean, it's like whether you wean, the baby weans, or you guys wean together, sometimes your baby is always going to go for your breast. Honestly, Karcyn, sometimes she still does pour my shirt, or she'll lay directly on my boobs, or she'll lay on my stomach, and she'll just put her nose right in between, right, like right here. She'll put her nose right here. So that to me just makes me know, and it makes me feel so warm inside knowing that we made that connection together. You're back. Y'all back? Sir Ryan. Okay, so after I did all my research and everything, I started to join groups on Facebook. I joined some groups through the apps on my phone. I joined Milky Mama, which is why the videos in the past are called Milky Mama, because I became an ambassador for Milky Mama. Our latch when I had Karcyn was amazing. Okay, the simple fact that my WIC group here in Delaware, so I joined a breastfeeding group through the WIC program, and I was able to get a free breast pump, storage bags. I got a disc on how to use the breast pump that they gave me, which was a Medela one, and a couple of things, extra stuff like that. But for my birthing plan, I did write down that I wanted to use a birthing ball, and I was nursing. There wasn't going to be any formula, and I wanted skin to skin ASAP. I did write that on my birthing plan because at the hospital they do give you, I don't know if they still do, but I feel like they should, but I got it. I don't know if it's because I did the hospital tour. Some people say things differ. Okay, I hear different things. Like I did do the hospital tour, so it also gave me extra leverage and extra information that I needed to know, because there was breastfeeding groups that you could have that I could have joined at the hospital, but it just didn't fit my schedule, and we were doing good at home. And I had a group, at the WIC office, and but yeah, our latch was amazing. So my pumping schedule went a little like this. So say we started breastfeeding within an hour time, okay? So when you first start breastfeeding, you have colostrum. And colostrum is the stuff that you get, within your second trimester. Some moms do see it earlier, some moms see it later, some moms don't see it at all until, their water breaks. Every mom is different, okay? Colostrum is good for your baby. Some moms always say, "Oh, my milk didn't come in on time." Da 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 da. Was your baby sick? Did your baby have jaundice? Were you in the hospital longer? Was you and baby in the hospital longer? Was your baby in the hospital longer? Sometimes your milk doesn't come in until your body tells your until sometimes your milk doesn't come in until the baby tells the body that it's basically ready. Okay, your colostrum is good for you as long as it comes out. Okay, your colostrum is milk. Ladies, stop saying that your milk didn't come in yet. It's going to come. Stop stressing yourself out. It's going to come. Just be calm, okay? The colostrum's there still for a reason, all right? It's okay. It's all right. You are doing just fine. Promise you. And everything, but my milk came within 3 to 5 days. So like by the time we got home on our third day, by the time we got home, my milk was coming in, and it like my boobs were like psh, 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 because we were on a schedule, and I knew about being on a schedule ahead of time. Being on a pumping schedule is so crucial, okay? I hear a lot of moms say that they went to work and their boobs were hurt so much because they're not pumping. Like you can't think just because you pump you nursed, before you went to work, and now you're at work for 8 hours, not that sure you nursing for every 2 hours, that the milk is just going to evaporate. Baby, you are a machine right now, okay? You are producing food. Your body, whatever you snacking at work, drinking at work, you're producing milk, okay? You gotta squeeze the babies out. You let it out. Let it out, okay? So we were on a strict schedule. Every time, so say I would nurse Karcyn at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. I'm nursing Karcyn. She nurses for about a good 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, cool. Before I nurse, massage my boobs. Okay? Massage them from all the way up here all the way down to your nipples, from under your armpits, all the way over here, because you get milk duds all the way around, okay? And the reasons why your boobs hurt is because you have milk duds that are clogged. If you massage them, your nipples will start leaking. And that's because those milk ducts that are clogged, you're massaging them out. So now you're getting extra ounces of milk that you didn't even know that you had because you're massaging your boobs. Massaging your boobs on the regular is so important, okay? It's important. It keeps the blood regulating. It keeps the milk coming at a normal pace, okay? Sometimes babies choke because the milk is coming out too fast. If you are nursing and you're massaging, be careful, okay? Know that if when you're massaging and the baby is suckling at their own pace and you're massaging, you can choke. He's gonna choke. Poor baby gonna choke because it's gonna be extra milk. It's gonna be milk coming out of another hole on your nipple that you didn't even know that was clogged before. That's gonna be shooting milk down the baby's throat. Yeah, you did. You probably didn't know that, huh? I know. That's what I'm here for. So I would massage as she's waking up, or I would even get up a few minutes before her because, like I said, we were on a timing schedule. So my body knew when she was getting up, my alarm knew, and I just knew. So I would get up early and just start massaging. Wake her up, change her, you know, massage. If I was getting milk out, I had a bag or a bottle right next to me, and I'm whatever milk is coming out before I nurse her, I'm catching that because our milk is like gold. Okay, you don't want to lose out on any of your milk. I've cried over milk before. I've cried over milk before. Okay, we're not gonna waste milk around here. Mm-mm. We're not gonna do that. So massage and always keep a bag or a bottle near you so that you're never losing out on your milk because you're going to after a while when you start to record yourself and how many ounces you're producing every day and you go from this week versus last week and you see how many ounces more that you got out of from following the tips that I'm giving you. You will see that if you just listen to your body and you calm down and you and your baby get into a groove, you will see that you are in control. You, my friend, my sister, my queen, you are in control of your body. You can do this. You got it. Can't nobody else tell you how to run your body, how to run your milk production, but you and your baby. For real, your baby runs it. But we not gonna give him all. And then so I pumped from 2016 and 2018. So from that time towards our 2 years, she had to wean from my nipple. When I went back to work, I used bottles that resembled and nipples that resembled my nipples. So therefore, I would really only just use the Medela bottles. I will pump into the Medela bottle, and I will put a nipple on top of that bottle. So when she went to school, daycare, it wouldn't be a problem because it resembled a human's nipple. Okay, that's what you want to look for when you are going back to work. When you're sending your babies, whether they're staying at home with dad or going to school. I mean, going to daycare or going with a family member, and you're exclusively breastfeeding. You want to look out for breastfeeding nipples. You don't want to go and get a regular nipple because then your baby is not going to eat, and then you're going to wonder why you know the daycare is always calling, or your family member or your child's dad is always calling because the baby doesn't want to eat. It's not the right nipple. Try the right nipples for your baby, okay? Because we didn't supplement at all. We were and Karcyn was able to. She was an easy baby, so whatever I ate then honestly is what I eat now, and is honestly what she eats. So our diet didn't really change. Okay, so whatever I ate is what she ate. You gotta think about that. Whatever you eat, mamas, is what your baby is eating. So please be mindful of that. I'm not saying, oh, cut out this, cut out that, cut out this. Yes and no. Mind you, I wasn't really eating pork like that, but I was eating beef a lot. And I was still getting my fruits and veggies and stuff. But like her dad, he's lactose intolerant, and Karcyn is too. So we only do almond milk and lactate milk. He can't have red sauces. So I wasn't doing red sauces then because this baby's a part of me and him. So I have to be mindful. So just think about what you're eating and what you are partaking in, and just be mindful, okay? Um, so when I was doing that, I was like sweet potatoes, baby foods like that, like green beans and stuff like that. But see, I'm a down south baby, so we didn't really do baby food like that. We If we ate it, we was mashing it up. And listen here, I don't want to hear, oh, that's nasty, that. This is an African American tradition. Okay, I'm gonna touch on that in a second. This is an African American tradition. We black women fed, nursed our slave masters' kids. So when I sit here and say what I'm about to say, I don't want to hear any of that mess. We did chew our baby's her food up in our mouths and give it to her. That's my child. I don't care. She's barely sick. If she's sick, it's really her allergies. The girl's allergies is worse than mine, and that's just that. Um, so yeah, there was no Similac, or I can't think of the other ones because I didn't really use them, but I can see the can in my head. But yeah, it was none of that. We exclusively breastfed. Okay, when I traveled easily with care because I was on a strict pumping schedule. Everybody had milk everywhere. My apartment, my mom's house, his mom's house, and my grandparents. Everybody had milk. So that leads me on to the statistics in black women and breastfeeding. So these are the numbers from 2015 and 2017. So the percentage of black mothers versus white mothers that breastfed: 14.7% ages 3 to 6 months um, were breastfeeding. Okay, so that's a 95% chance of white women breastfeeding more than for referral black women. Um, it was about 49.3% versus 17.8% of black versus white, which were poor versus rich. So there was 49.3% poor black women and 17.8% of white women that were breastfeeding. And that is because most black families are low income. And low income families don't get majority of the support and help that they should get, um, especially when they are pregnant, breastfeeding, having kids, living in a low income community, such factors like that. 78.2. Oh, and also that 49.3% versus 17.8 were on SNAP. So 2015 and 2017, I'm talking about myself. So I am part of these numbers. 78.2 point versus 34.1 were unmarried. So 78.2 of us black women that were pregnant and or breastfeeding between 3 to 6 months were unmarried. And then it says the less education in the younger black versus white women. 65% of us were black and 23.9% of them were white. So that just tells you right there. Black people don't get the help. We don't get the support. We don't support each other. We don't look up the information that we need. We don't go and take advantage of the resources that we have. If you can sign up for SNAP and um, SSI and all that, you can sign up to get information on breastfeeding. Period. Like, if you want to know if you can smoke and drink when you're breastfeeding, go sign up for the free education breastfeeding group that they have at your local center. Like, either you're really going to be about it or you're not. And that's just that. Like, either you're going to do it or you're not. So it says in 2015, 69.4 um, were black and 85.9 were infants were black and 85.9 infants were white. Um, there's a 16.5% difference in breastfeeding. So 69.4 black infants were being breastfed in 2015. 85.9% of white infants were being breastfed. That's sad, okay? That is sad. And for the average infant in 3 months, it says the infant was 3 months old. 58% was black. 58% were blacks, and 72% were whites. For 6 months, 44%, 44.7% were black, and 62% were white. That's terrible. It's terrible. So this all this information also is coming from the CDC website, and I will also drop that link down below in case some of you listen out of my butt. I'm not. Lack of knowledge is also, I just spoke upon this, is the reason why a lot of black families and black women don't get the support and information that they need on breastfeeding. The support, asking questions, joining groups, YouTube, Netflix. There's so many mom groups around the world on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram that you can join, that there's no excuse in you to not get the information that you need. Point blank period. You know, black women don't get the support, employment, healthcare, and peers. A lot of our families always tell us, stop breastfeeding your baby at 1 year old. Why? Tell me why. Why? Because African tradition, they don't stop until they're 2. Some of them don't stop until they're 4. So tell me why. Why should I stop feeding my baby at 1? Stop breastfeeding your son. He's gonna become a mama's boy. Your son is a mama's boy and he's 30 years old. What else you got to say? Why? Why? Like, these are the things that it blows my mind when I hear these excuses, and I'm just gonna be raw. It blows my mind when I hear these excuses, because I was 19, 20, and 21, still able to kindly live my life, but still take care of my baby and make sure my baby ate. I didn't let my family stop me. When my family wanted me to cover up and stuff, I'm not covering up for nobody. Don't look. Don't look. I'm sorry. Like, I am breaking these barriers, okay? No. This ends. That stuff ends. Them generational curses ends. You want me to stop because you uncomfortable? You leave. You go step outside. Go do something. That's not right and that's not fair. So that leads me to African traditions. 2 years is the normal time for Africans to nurse their babies. African American women nurse slave masters' kids. Public nursing is normal. I don't understand why it had to be until now for it to be normalized. Like, I praise women out here that get on the news and stuff because they squirted their breast milk out at a man that was trying to sexualize them. Okay, you want to be sexualized, right? I'm going to squeeze my breast milk out you. I did that my baby dad once. I don't care. I don't care. You want to be rude? Squirt, squirt. Out my face. Like, no. Um, African American women are most likely to die during childbirth compared to white women. And that is also another topic that we can probably talk about in another video, which is so heartbreaking. And I just couldn't imagine having, for my child's father and my future kid's father to have to pick and choose, or for us to pick and choose which one of us is going to live. At the end of the day, I feel like you allow my baby to live, honestly. Y'all live the best life that y'all live. I will always be here, no matter what. Okay? And that goes behind, as us African American women, we have to always be sure to go to the doctor. Okay? Get our checkups regularly. Alright? Stay on top of our pap smears, STD checks, stuff like that. Getting our breast exam. Things like that. We have to stay on. PPD, postpartum depression, is most likely in African Americans. Stress and chronic illness. Another one also was low income. A lot of us being, on housing authority or public assistance, getting WIC, getting SNAP benefits, SSI checks, not having proper health care or, enough health care coverage to get checked. Certain stuff like this. This is why it's so great for us to all come together and feed off of each other and help each other out, because the more that we come together as one, the less that these white people can stop using us not knowing the knowledge that we know against us. Also, birth control is another major factor that can stop a lot of women to produce milk. And I was one of those. Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Catch part 2, okay?